Hey AMC film fans, I'm John Campea, Editor-In-Chief of AMC Movie News. The highly anticipated Warner Brothers DC film Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice is now less than a year away, and the amount of excitement and anticipation for the film is completely going off the scales. Last week, the first official trailer for the film hit, and the reaction to it has been overwhelmingly positive. But the big question that we're all still asking is this: will the movie actually be any good? Will it live up to the hype that it's had since Comic-Con a few years ago when it was first announced? Will it meet the expectations we've all had ever since reading Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns so many years ago? Back in 2013, after the movie was announced, but long before we had any of the information about it that we have today, I created a video called 5 Things Man of Steel 2 Needs to Do to Succeed. In it, I talked about the elements I felt the new movie needed to have it in order to work. Now, after learning all we know about Batman vs. Superman, including that it's actually called Batman vs. Superman, and after seeing the trailer, I wanted to revisit those 5 points I raised in 2013 and now talk about the 5 reasons Batman vs. Superman is going to succeed. Point number 1. Continue the development of Kal-El. The point I was trying to make in the original video was that by the end of Man of Steel, we only just really met Superman. Kal-El had just truly realized what his identity is, but he's only at the start of his journey. We need to see this movie take time to delve into who Kal-El is now. What is shaping him? Who is he becoming? And from the trailer to Batman vs. Superman, it looks like we're getting just that. In the trailer, we see the world trying to make sense of who and what Superman is. More than that, I think we're getting our first glimpses into Kal-El having that same struggle about himself. What is his role in this world now? What kind of man, what kind of Superman should he be? What does the world need from him? This is exactly what this movie needs to start with. Point number 2. Give big time to Batman. Back in 2013, I said in order for this movie to work, you can't simply introduce us to Batman. Batman has been and continues to be the crown jewel in the Warner Brothers crown. He is by far the most popular comic book hero in the world, and arguably the most important character in this brand new DC cinematic universe. In order for this universe to work, Batman needs to work. We got our first hint that Warner Brothers understood this by the title of the new movie, Batman vs. Superman, and in the trailer we clearly see that Warner is all in on Batman. We aren't simply going to get a flash of Batman here and there with some big reveal at the end. This is going to be a Batman movie just as much as it's going to be a Superman movie. Warner Brothers has nailed this and positioned this movie for success because of it. Point number 3. Focus on Batman and Superman. Now, this may go without saying, but remember that in 2013, the name we all knew this movie by was still Man of Steel 2. But this movie can't just be about Batman, and it also can't just be about Superman. It needs to zero in on the relationship, the dynamic, and yes, the conflict between the two of them. It couldn't be the two of them bumping into each other on the street and going, "Hey, you like fighting crime? Me too! Let's go get some bad guys." And when that trailer hit last week, we saw that this movie is indeed going to soak in that relationship, that dynamic, and that conflict. The trailer oozed it. This conflict is going to be the heart of Batman vs. Superman, and that's another reason why it's going to work. Point number 4. Introduce us to Lex Luthor. My point in 2013 was that while you don't need Lex Luthor in every single Superman movie, you can't escape that Lex is the ultimate Superman villain. Lex is the Joker to Superman's Batman. They are inseparable. They are interconnected. To properly have one, you must have the other. I never said Lex had to be the key figure in the new movie, but in this, Superman's second film, you had to at least introduce us to him. Since 2013, we learned that Lex is a player in the film and being played by Jesse Eisenberg, obviously. And we even hear Jesse in the new trailer talking about devils coming from the sky. Having Lex's presence in this film is only going to help, especially if they do him right. Point number 5. Resist the urge to make it a Justice League movie. Back in 2013, we all started speculating about which other DC heroes would show up in this brand new DC Cinematic Universe. But my opinion was that you have to keep it a Batman and Superman movie, not a Justice League film. I started to get a little bit worried when we learned that Wonder Woman would be there, then Aquaman, then Cyborg, and who knows who else. But once that trailer hit, it became clear. They may be introducing us to all these new characters in this new DC Cinematic Universe, but this movie, Batman vs. Superman, is going to be about Batman and Superman. They will be the core of it. It will revolve around them. The Justice League movie will come. The other characters will get their chance to shine in the sun in the other films, but this one is Batman vs. Superman. So there you have it. The fulfillment of my 5 wishes from back in 2013, which have now turned into 5 key reasons that Batman vs. Superman is indeed going to succeed and work. Are there some reasons to be skeptical? Certainly. Are there other reasons to be optimistic? Absolutely. Feel free to jump into the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. So that'll do it for me. My name is John Campea, and I'll catch you next time.